Hey everybody, this video is about the W.A.L.T dosage protocols. What the heck is that? W.A.L.T stands as an acronym for World Association of Laser Therapy. You can just go on WALT.com, just Google W.A.L.T, W-A.L.T, use capital letters, put the word laser in it. That you can probably pull it up by Google that way. Anyways, what is that dosage parameter or dosage protocol? That came out a long time ago, and it was generally laser dosage time. Dosage time, by the way, has to do with how much power, how many joules of energy, which is related to wattage of the device, that is irradiating a specific area of the tissue, usually done in centimeters squared. So there's an actual formula for that. And so these parameters were taken from studies at least 25 years ago, a long time ago. They were updated a little bit, but not really much at all. And they were from those studies at the time, and those studies were done with class 3, just very low-level devices, very low level back then. Maybe 15 milliwatts to 25 milliwatts. Okay, that's very low. You can get laser pointers, for example, that people shine around that are 50 milliwatts, 100 milliwatts, 150 milliwatts. Okay. Anyways, so those parameters were back then. They're for class 3 companies. But what happened was that this is just kind of how the industry is when you look at the organization World Association of Laser Therapy, you see the parameters, you see them talking about, these are the joules that you need to get these kind of results, and et cetera, et cetera. On the front, it just looks like an unbiased guidance system for anybody in laser therapy, and actually, with the impression, just go ahead and read it. The impression you walk away with is, now what about these higher powered devices? Even 5 watts, or 1 watt, or 10 watts, or 15 watts. It just doesn't seem to fit with these dosage parameters. It doesn't seem to fit with these protocols, which seem very official. It's the World Laser Association Laser Therapy, and they're claiming that this is what gets results. And I talked to a practitioner, and they've been doing this, and they've been fine. Where do high-powered lasers fit in? Obviously, high-powered lasers are not necessary. You don't need all that power. So see all these conclusions that come out of that. Well, that's not a unbiased organization. So that's what the point of this video is. The individual who actually started that is actually behind a manufacturer for a class 3 company. Okay, so those were specifically designed to appear on the front end to be a guidance system, and it's guided thousands of practitioners since then with class 3 devices and so on. But really, on the back end, it was designed, and this was very creative. This is good marketing, to basically discourage and kind of push aside class 4 or any higher powered device. Again, 1 watt, 1,000 milliwatts would be considered pretty high power compared to these standards here that are saying, oh, well, you just need this amount of joules. That's it. Anything beyond is no. Those are, again, based off very old studies, just using class 3s, very, very low level lasers, and specifically designed for encouraging purchase of class 3 and to stay with the class 3. So when you actually look at who's behind that organization, so this is kind of what I always try to encourage customers to do whenever you're reviewing anything, even studies, who funded that study? Who was on the board? I'll give you one case in point. This is funny, but so Thor Laser Systems, which was popular 15, 20 years ago, and they haven't updated their lasers since, by the way. Anyways, they, the gentleman behind the whole company, he does a lot of studies where he funds them, where he's on the board, and they're using his device. So it seems very impressive on the outset of, wow, look at Thor Laser, doing all these studies with their device, and actually I do have some respect for that. A lot of companies don't even bother doing any sort of studies with their device, so I do respect that. But at the same time, we always have to look at, okay, but who was behind that study? Was it an independent third-party study? So this is kind of a little bit of a tangent in the video, a little off topic, but my point is always try to look behind the curtain. Always try to see who's behind the scenes, who benefits here by giving this information out. And that's another way that you'll make sure that you never get fooled and you never start to come to false conclusions that can be exploited by certain companies. Thanks.